Okay, hello everybody. This is going to be a live stream of the Ebola Village game, which has been provided to me through Press Engine. Now, before we start, how am I going to put this? They say that the game is heavily inspired by the Resident Evil remakes. When you click on Watch Movie, it takes you to a video on YouTube from the YouTube channel Resident of Evil, and it's very, very blatant that they are trying to get people to buy this thinking it's a Resident Evil spin-off. So that's not good, but let's give it the benefit of the doubt. We are going to turn up the gamma so we can see everything, because nobody likes walking around in the dark where they can't see anything. We are... save settings, yes. Settings. Audio. Fine. Gameplay. Interface scale. Subtitles on. Fine. Y-axis inversion on. Right. Right. We'll start it on easy just for the sake of this video. So, as I understand it, this is from a Russian developer who is apparently indie. So, just beware of that.
Итак, мы возвращаемся в студию с экстренным выпуском новостей. Вопиющая трагедия в США, штате Калифорния. Вследствие аварии произошла утечка нового опасного штампа вируса Ebola. По словам одного из бывших сотрудников, к этому причастны.
Okay, so we don't have English dialogue. Not a good start. I also noticed when the TV was on, it had Russian subtitles at the top right, but English subtitles at the bottom. Okay, so it looks like she's divorced. God, these controls are not good. Okay, we have a candle, which is inevitably going to set that net curtain on fire. We have the ability to hold 4 items. Yep, it's like an old Resident Evil game. We have no reflection in the mirror. Calendar's in Russian. Well, I guess that proves that this is actually in Russia.
Да, мне не помешало бы сделать здесь генеральную уборку.
Honey, were you the daughter of the dude in Resident Evil 7? Because your place is a fucking tip. So basically this is a Russian version of Resident Evil. Of the rebooted Resident Evils, I mean. It's too dark there, I won't go there. It's your own house! Turn a fucking light on, love! Knock off Sylvester Stallone there. Anyone else think that? who fucking knows? I haven't done everything. Well, what do I need to do? Do we have... Find a notebook. Right. Maybe I missed it telling me about a notebook. Is this a notebook? To save the game, you need to find a phone with a flashing red light. Open the map, use the save. Game also has the first order save and the phone for saving are already in the village itself. Honey, how long has this shit been on your table that there's fucking cobwebs? So for anyone who's interested, collect all dolls, finish the game at rank A, B, C, finish the game without saving, complete the game on easy, medium, hard, expand your inventory, visit the house from the movie, solve the statue puzzle. So, complete the game in under 3 hours. So, they want you to complete a game without dying, without saving, in under 3 hours. Need to call Mom. Why?
Алло. Алло. Блин, мама, бери же
Put some
трубку.
fucking clothes on, love.
Придется самой ехать в село Поповка. Мне нужно одеться и найти ключи от машины.
Okay, so I'm not bashing the fact that it's Russian. Okay, of course not, because it's an indie dev in Russia. Sure. Right, can we put some fucking clothes on now? Now can we go? Oh, for fine khaki. Oh, for fuck's sake. If I was a filthy Russian tramp who somehow lives in an apartment... Actually, I'm not surprised her husband left her. Where would I hide my car keys? Go to the village. Now can I bloody go? Finally! Bloody hell. What does that say? Well, I'm sure that says something in Russian. No idea what it says. Probably eviction notice. No idea. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, so that was my door. Okay, right. I'm not even going to get to the village at this rate, am I? Okay, so that's not my home door. Okay. Voices in my head. Backwards. Why is that appearing backwards? Like, legitimately, why is that appearing backwards? I don't know why that would be intentional. Nipni. I have no idea what that how to pronounce that word. I mean, it's Russian. Okay, so... Okay, devs. Devs. So... devs. Lesson. If you're going to release something in multiple languages, and you have things that are blatantly supposed to be read, like this, in your native language, at least take the time to have somebody who can, like, just have it so that the text hovers over in the language that the player has selected. You don't have to voice it, just translate it. It's not hard. Even if you don't spend money on a translator, I would rather you do Google Translate than nothing. Because then again, I might get at least an idea of what is said. You know? Can I bash him over the head with it? Well, okay, so apparently Russians, they don't have green herbs, they use nettles. Okay. Well, Russians are hardcore, I guess. I need to find a driver's license. Shouldn't you have your driver's license on your person? So, we've just broken into some fucker's haunted flat. Well, I hate that. Collect a collection of 15 Slavic amulet dolls. Well, that's one. I absolutely hate that doll. Fuse. So, is it me? Or do those handles look like they've got eyeballs? Just me? God, look at this walking animation. I mean, admittedly, it's nice barely being able to see past my tits. But the problem is that we can see the... If you look at the bottom left of the screen, we can see the tits of this character breaking. Like it's going further forward than it should be. Do you see what I mean? Ammunition. Sure. For some reason I'm back up here. Oh, wait, hang on. Did that go into my... Hang on. I bet that's... Turn the light on the fucking... the room that she wouldn't go in, hasn't it? It's just your goddamn bathroom. Woman, if I had bugs coming out from under my bathtubs... I mean, look at the state of this bathroom, love. No wonder he fucking left you. Like, legitimately, no wonder he fucking left you. I repeat, no wonder he fucking left you. If you've got 2D maggots coming out of your ass... Oh, everything I see about this woman makes me want to shoot her. And a lot of people will say I'm being unnecessarily harsh about this game. And I would counter that with saying, if you're trying to knock off an established franchise, do it bloody right. Don't take shortcuts. I mean, for example...
Отлично. Бензин на нуле. Вообще вовремя. Прям как...
For example, as I've already mentioned, if you want people of non-Russian languages to understand what's being written as part of the story, then...
Нужно смотреть милицейскую машину. Скорее всего,
then your first task would be to have text boxes of whichever language the player has selected show up and translate. If you aren't going to hire somebody, just be honest and say, hey, we're going to use Google Translate. I would rather you use Google Translate than nothing. Genuinely, I would. Also, side note, if you're a policeman, who leaves a fucking corpse in the middle of the road? I've apparently expanded my inventory. No idea how, but I apparently have. Right. I hear a cat. Or maybe it's a bird. God, they've really cheaped out on the lightning graphics. Look at these. Bloody hell. Okay, we can't pick up the bag. So I'm guessing the green thing I picked up here was an inventory. Was an inventory expansion. Oleana Valentine. Could you get any more blatant? Clearly a rub off Jill Valentine because she even has a blue outfit. What the fuck was that? Okay, so I selected the weapon, and it came up with, like, colour at the side of the screen. Okay, so down on the D-pad is going to be heal, up on the D-pad is going to be shoot, probably. Okay, we can zoom in at least. As I said, look, I know I'm being harsh. Really? Really?
Эта тварь порвала мою одежду.
I literally checked that there was nothing there. And it does something scripted like that horse shit. Why? Okay. And the game loads us in before the textures load. I think I found one of the devs. Okay, so, okay, look, okay. This is me trying to be fair. This is me trying to be fair. The fuck? I mean, look at this. The textures load in after we do. You call that a knife? This is a knife. Well, kick it then. This is just embarrassing how bad this looks. Okay, so as I understand it, and I may be wrong with this, so take this with a what's the phrase? A grain of salt, pinch of salt, whatever. I believe...
Да, конечно, одежда немного не по
Oh, for the love of...
какая-то детская. Но главное, что я обработала и перевязала свою рану.
Okay, we now have a Russian girl walking around with a gun in children's clothing. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to be fair. Like, I'm trying to be fair. But you're not doing well. Don't know what that is. Driver's license. Well, we're not going to need that anymore. Not going to need the car key. Although, slight complaint here. One, there's things in this box that we can clearly see that we can't pick up. Like, there is clearly FMJ ammo there, but we can't pick it up because it's not in storage. So, look, I would rather this be an empty box than... who fucking cares what I think? I mean... yes. Oh, you've got to be joking. It doesn't even combine ammo when you put it in storage. We have to do that manually. I'm fully aware that there is a phone there for me to save. I'm not going to. Because when I die, I'm done. Because I'll be honest, I'm currently having quite a lot of displeasure at this game. I think that the devs are... what's the word I'm looking for here? I think the devs are punching above their weight. Which I think is a fair comment to say. It is very, very clear that they've gone, right, what's a famous horror game? Resident Evil. Okay, how can we make a game that is very much like Resident Evil but not get sued? That's what it feels like to me. That is genuinely what it feels like to me. Whether you disagree with me, that's up to you. Hello, Double. I'm not impressed. The controls... don't get me wrong. the controls in all Resident Evil games feel clunky. So, yes, they've kind of got that spot on. However, the jump bit, which was here... Oh my god, what Cheshire? Did I miss something that I should have noticed? Yeah, it's yeah.
Она здесь! Обходите ее сзади!
Why is the zombie speaking Russian? Let me correct myself. Why is the zombie speaking? Oh my god. These zombies are A-posing. These zombies are A-posing as they were coming at me. I don't know if anybody saw that, but there was 3 or 4 zombies in a row, A-posing and drifting towards me here, along that line. Go back in the video and watch. And now for some reason, I have lost the ability to do diagonal movements. No, we have tank controls. We can't move diagonally. Right. If I shoot one of these chickens and I get an egg, I'm just going to laugh my ass off. Well, at least I didn't copy that. Chicken dinner, anyone? So they mentioned Valentine earlier on, right? How do I documents? Here. So this is where they mentioned like Olivo or something like that, Valentine. Okay. Who does that woman remind you of? This game is not inspired by Resident Evil. It is a knockoff of Resident Evil. And the fact that on the main menu it takes you a video to the channel named Resident of Evil highlights this fact. Oh, look, it's a red herb. Except they call it basil purple, apparently. I don't know if it's an asset flip or not. I mean, it's all in Russian, and we know Russians have about as much care for copyright law as anybody. Not. Wow, those textures coming in. Okay, so I don't want to criticise the aiming too much. Like, if you want tank controls, that's fine. But you've put us in an FPS, effectively, right? You've got us in an FPS, right? Where we can't aim diagonally. It makes us go up and down, left and right. We can barely aim diagonally at all. The only compliment I can give this game... Actually, no, that's unfair. I could give this game 2 compliments. 1, it lives up to the expectations of a game coming out of Russia. 2, it lives up to the stereotype of games coming out of Russia. I don't think that second one is a good thing. I don't think that... Actually, I don't think either of them were good things. In fact, I don't think they were compliments at all. I think they were statements of fact. We have, however, found a second doll. I'm trying to be, what's the word, objective here. I'm trying to be fair. But I mean, what can I say about this without pointing out the astronomical amount of flaws in this title? I mean, what is there that I can say that... I mean, the girl walks slow as fuck. Graphically, it is okay, I guess. I mean, it's not fucking groundbreaking. And apparently that chicken was humping this corpse's body. Because that's something that they can do, apparently. Can I take the axe? Nope. Well, that is clearly not a human being. That is clearly a mannequin that they've made to put into a fucking body. Trying to be nice, trying to be nice, trying to be nice. I haven't even got a bloody shotgun either. That's probably something else I bloody missed. Wow, those graphics as I spawned in there. No, you would have thought, perhaps spawn me in facing this direction, so I couldn't see that spawn in. Oh, is this going to be a zombie or is it going to be a person? I think it's a person.
Эй, мужик, что здесь произошло?
Дай похмелиться. У тебя есть 100 рублей?
No, I fucking don't have 100
Или что-то
rubles.
мне на похмелиться.
A bullet?
Принеси мне похмелиться. Тогда и поговорим.
Старый пердун. Какого, блядь, хрена здесь произошло? Почему все мертвы?
Сейчас встану и уебу тебе в голову.
And I can't shoot the old man to cure his hangover. I'm trying to give this game the benefit of the doubt, but it's just... I found a third doll. I wonder if there's a doll in every area, which would logically mean that there's only 15 areas. Perhaps. I'm gonna guess top word is weekdays. Middle word is Sundays and the bottom word is evenings. I have no fucking idea. I don't even know what that sign says. Because the game hasn't translated it for me. See, you would think a gate, right, that leads us somewhere, you would think that the objective sign would tell us where it leads us. You would think there would be a translation there. Even if it's just white text over the fucking thing. But is there? Bollocks, is there? It's just a complete lack of care for those who do not speak the Russian language. There's the Claire Redfield. Oh, you mean the character that I'm playing? Yeah, I could see that. See, I have a feeling, and normally my intuitions are correct. I have a feeling that this game's engine is extremely subpar, which is why there's very, very much movement transitions between doors and things. Okay, so I need to find another part of a music record. The door is jammed, so we can't shoot the door. Oi, cockwomble.
Отъебись от меня.
So I'm guessing I need some sort of key. Wow, that frame rate lag.
Теперь ты свободен,
Okay.
дедушка.
Did you see how much that frame rate died? Right? How it just froze. Right? When I shot the dude in the head, it constantly gave me a massive buzzing control thing in my inventory. Words, Twaggy. Use them. In my controller. That's the word I was looking for. Yes, it gave me constant rumble whilst it was frozen. Oh god, this game is so bad. No, you know what? I'm just gonna say no. I'm done. The game speaks for itself. I've given it 50 minutes, okay? And it's just... I mean, look at it. Look at it. You know, I don't want to be mean. I don't. But look at it. You know? Textures loading in after we do. Blatantly knocking off Resident Evil. And for those who want to know what the price of this game is, £16.74, so $20. And also, that advertisement art in the background, that is definitely false advertising. I don't want to be mean, but look at this. Look at the state of this. And these are the screenshots that they decided to show you. These are the screenshots they chose to show you. You know, I'm trying my hardest not to be mean. But so this is the main trailer, right? This is the trailer that they advertised the game with.
For emergency news, according to the latest report, a tragedy has occurred in the state of California where an accident caused the leak of a new dangerous strain of the Ebola virus.
Fucking hell! Look at this face! What the fuck am I supposed to do with you? Listen, call an ambulance, quick!
I mean, they have... I mean, chainsaw guys, the clicky zombies, which are kind of like from Silent Hill, aren't they? Silent Hill F or whatever it was. But then you have this live action video, which, credit to them, done well. But I can't help but feel most of the budget of the game was based on the fucking trailer. Like, genuinely, I can't help but think that is... Yeah. Just... everything in the game is in rushing. Everything... locations like this telling people where they're going should be translated, and the same for every freaking door. It should be telling them where the player is going. Like, we have a map, but it's bad. I mean, we can't even zoom out further than this, so we can see the entire map at once. I mean, what can I say? I mean, I'm trying to be as fair as I can, but I think if you'd have spent less budget on the advertisement trailer video and more budget on actually making the game presentable, or, God forbid, maybe not trying to knock off everything about Resident Evil, then maybe you would have had a competent game. But I'm done. I've tried my best, and like, I do not want to play this anymore because it's just genuinely bad. It really is. So if I want to aim, like, the dead zone for the aim is horrible. So look, I'm going to move my aim in a circle, right? Look at what it does in the game. This is me aiming in a circle, right? But notice it's just going in basically a square. You see? It is basically going in a square with me moving my stick in a circle. Do you see the problem? You know? And if you can't aim, I mean, put it this way, right? I'm on easy, and this motherfucker took what, 8 headshots? You shouldn't. If you're on easy, zombies should not be taking 8 headshots. 3 tops. Like, if you're on hard, I would expect them to take 8, 10, 12 headshots. That's fine. They probably knew where to go, though. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good, and I am done. I do want to thank the devs for at least providing me a code, but I have to be honest. You've spent so much time trying to knock off Resident Evil that you completely neglected the point of making a game in the first place, to make something fun. And I don't think, hand on heart, any of the devs of this game can say this is fun. Even if they were playing with a keyboard and mouse, which, truthfully, I honestly believe this game was probably designed for. I don't think this is worthy of people's purchase, especially not for £16.74, 20 US dollars. At most, this should be $5. Because it is so blatantly a rip-off. To me, it feels like you took the basic Resident Evil 4 idea, plonked it into this, and then just ended up with this, which I would say is a Russian version of Wish.com Resident Evil 4 Remake. That is what this game can be defined as. A Russian version of Wish.com Resident Evil 4 Remake. That is exactly what this game is. Thank you everybody for watching.